Yeah, gonna wait a couple more minutes and tell you about what this is. The snow blower that I started. Um, I, I think we got it from the junk, and somebody couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. I'm not sure exactly, other than I don't remember pulling the spark plug out, and I could have pulled the spark plug out and looking for another one, but then forgot about it. But again, it was underneath our tarp building, so um, started with the spark plug. I don't think I did compression on that one. Thinking not. So I did the spark plug on it. I got another spark plug, put the spark plug in, cranked it over, and actually had compression. I had spark, and then I went to put the spark plug in, and it locked up, which is kind of bizarre. That it didn't lock up when we were checking spark. All right, so I checked the oil in it, and all it did was water came out of it. So when it did lock up, it tried to fire and shot some flames out the carburetor, and then locked up. So proceeded to take it off the blower and bring it over here to the bench, where my son said I'm crazy for tearing this apart. So this is a 212 engine, pretty much like the rest of them that are out there. So I pulled the head off. Well, let me show you what I found on the valve, because it wouldn't. Which is weird, because I did pull it over a few times. So obviously that valve sticking up there was causing the piston not to move over. Yeah. So we got that valve that I got to take care of, and then this cylinder was all rusty. So I proceeded with the brake clean PB blaster. I usually have the other one, which I forgot the name of it now. I kind of ran out of that and forgot to get some. And I like to use that stuff. It's been around for a long, long time. So I honed this out with the old hone, the top part, and proceeded to get most of it out. There is a little bit of a circle like this here. You can feel it. I don't have the other side of the thing on, so the other side of the thing, the other side of the case, has a bearing in it, so it helps to hold the tension of the cam trying to push against you. So yeah, but I'm able to move it around now to rotate it, which I wasn't able to before. We got another gasket coming for the other engine. It's got a governor in it. It's got the whole wax in here. So they said it's got a little spot where the water was sitting in there, and you can see it. I'd show you it, but you'll see the imprint. You'll see a little imprint where you can see where the water was. See the circle here and around there. Yeah. Anyways, so I give it a little bit of the polish I washed this out a couple different times so the oil was black. There's still lots of black coming out of here. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the gasket. I really don't want to disassemble this whole thing and spit polish the inside, because who's going to look on the inside when they're going to look at the outside, right? Other than it'll run. I mean, I'm sure. Why wouldn't it run? But I'm able to get most of that out of there with brake clean. And this one doesn't have the oil sensor in the bottom, so it's, you know, so you can still seize it up. We don't put oil in it, but unfortunately it wasn't seized up, and all it had was water in it. So yeah. Still got some rust right there, so I've been slowly trying to get all the rust. There was some rust in the center of the crank, because it's a hollow crank. And yep, glad they're bringing you along. Like I said, I'm waiting on a gasket for the other engine, and so for the other engine. So I thought, well, I might as well show you guys this. Now I can run over there and show you the snowblower I got it off. It's a Chinese-based. Yeah, that's pretty much got that little rust out of there. Problem is, if you leave rust inside of an engine, it tends to grow. So you kind of want to get it out. I don't feel anything loose inside there. Again, I've already showed you that. Let me show you the other side of the cover. Like I said, that's the other side of the cover. The bearing turns. It's a little crusty though. I don't have any bearings coming yet, because I don't think I'm going to need them. But if you got this apart and you're only have one project going, and would be probably a good idea to put bearings in it. But the other side rotates pretty easy, so I assume that this one will probably roll too. All right, once I get some lubrication in there, because what's happened is it was dry for so long. They're pretty big bearings. They're almost as big as a wheel bearing. You can't hear much. The more I get in there, the quieter it is. So again, when something's filled up with water for a whole winter, and it's been forgot about, that's what you got. I just had a gasket scraper. Lost it again. But just slid out of my hands. If you're outside and you like to work in your shorts, I would also recommend you get wind blowing and get that on your legs after a few years. you'll probably end up with some sort of something you don't want. Yeah. Well, again, here's another one I got tore apart. My boy says don't tear them apart. We'll do one at a time. And the problem with doing one at a time is what happens if you're looking for parts. You think a lawnmower shop does that? Tear one apart and then wait for parts and then put it together? If they did that, they'd be out of business. Yeah, they taken and then get your girlfriend's good toothbrush. The newer the better. She's pretty happy with that when you use her toothbrush, you know, to clean your parts with. I don't know if you guys are in the right spot or not. I can't tell. Yeah, I did a video the other day and then I went back and looked at it. It was a live one. And I had quite a few people watch it live. The problem is it was not very good. For whatever reason, my Wi-Fi outside the garage wasn't very hot. And nobody commented on it like, hey, I can't see it. So anyways, everybody said hi, you know, so I assumed that they were seeing it when they say hi. Yep. Today's Thursday, in case you have a different day than I have. And so they got probably another day out before I get the gaskets in for these guys. Hopefully it showed 2 gaskets. Hopefully there's 2 gaskets, because well, I've done that before. It says 2 gaskets, and when it shows up there's only 1. I think they do that. Marketing says put down 2 gaskets, 2 seals. They'll buy it, that one. They'll buy that one. And then when you get it, it's only 1. Which is still cheaper than going to your local Boco, which your local Boco is not going to order. Is going to end up ordering all this stuff in the first place. And you're going to pay more. And it probably will take longer. If you're concerned about that little bit of stuff sitting in there, don't worry about it. Change the oil a couple times. A couple times will get it out of there. See, I keep stirring it. I keep stirring it around, and all it does is just stir around, and it doesn't, I can't wash it out of there. I have to wipe it out. Yep. Alright, well, let me go show you that snowblower that I took it out of. Because, I don't know if I did anything on this snowblower. You know what I'm saying? I took some pictures of the belt setup. See, it's got the 4 bolts just like the other ones do. Just got some weird oil on it. Alright. Let me run you over here and the snowboard that I took it off. Snow blower. So we're working on a snowboard. Is that one we're still waiting on we're still waiting on the stuff for it. Here it is. That's where the engine was sitting. That's where the belt is. This one's got that weird belt on it. Don't worry, the buckets almost fell down. No, not really. It's got like a timing belt on it, guys. Timing belt. Seems to be alright. You know what I'm saying? I don't see any damage to that. This guy seems to be okay. Again, that's got that traction wheel off that. And that guy's, he hasn't even been used. Hasn't even been used very much. You know what I'm saying? Look at it. Yeah. So it looked like to me they used it for a little bit and already had an issue with it. You know what I'm saying? Pretty rusty. I'm gonna take and put some grease on that guy so she slides back and forth, because she ain't sliding. I salt that. I should move back and forth easier than that. Maybe not. Maybe because this is the guy that needs to move back and forth up here. These are solid cables though, so yeah, lube this guy all up however you can do it, because if not, you'll be on to the next thing. Yeah. But she's pretty clean in there. You can see it. How clean she is. Just the cobwebs. You can polish that pulley right there. Get that white stuff off once you move that over. Yeah, she moves alright. See it? That's one of the bearings on that side. But my boy told me to junk it. He says junk it. Just junk it. If I junked everything, because I was lazy and don't want to work on anything, wouldn't have nothing to do. He says, "Guy, all you want to do is do videos on it." I'm like, okay. If you say so. I do. I'm doing videos on it, right? Yep. But, neat. Yep. And there's one of the tires. And let's see. And the belts look pretty good. This is a small one. This is a I don't know, 16-inch? This is 16 there. It's got to be at least 22, don't you think? Hope the video is still good out here, because I'm farther away from the house, in my garage. And the guy just sits on there and goes around like that. And it sounds good. The bearing sounds good on the back. I don't know what that would cost. This one's got to be more than the other guys. The belts are not cracked. That guy turns around pretty good. Just got some rust in the front, I'm sure. You know, from sitting. Doesn't seem to be bent or anything. I looked at that initially, because that seems to be the one that somebody puts a log up in there. You know what I'm saying? The logs out in their front yard. They get them caught in there. They forgot about them all winter long, you know, summer long. Oh shoot, honey! I drove a log up our wood splitter. I got a log stuck in our snowblower. Who left that wood out there? Well, you remember you did it the other day. That's from the camper. All right, so had studs, which is odd. Had studs up through there. Yeah, that was kind of took me off by hand. Here's this guy. Works that, and then there's the other one that works that guy right there. Yep. And then we have this pivoting thing that works off this other handle. It slides back and forth. That's the speed. Oh, sorry. That's the speed. That one there might be the cable you might have an issue with, I'm thinking. But it's a solid cable. It's not a braided cable. It's not a braided one. Again, this is a Snow Devil. No electric start. It's all pull. And it looks like to me you can take it, knock it all the way down, and put it in the back of your trunk of your car. Take the chute off. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so when I get the other gasket, I'll bring you guys back on that, and then we'll go through putting the gasket back on, and then we'll get into the valve and things like that, okay? There you go.